Trump under the covers, dressed only in his long red tie. Melania says, "You are naked in bed." And he says, "And you are the first lady. Good luck." Wow. Wow.
Jordan Klepper just cracked open the Trump marriage drama, and Melania is not having it. The Daily Show's favorite troublemaker dropped some juicy details, sparking a full-on meltdown. What did he say to push the former First Lady over the edge? Buckle up, this tea is piping hot, and Melania's reaction is anything but amused.
Well, we don't see a lot of Melania, but she's also been on a media tour this week. Fox News, social media, your kid's piano recital. Arlo, you are not be best. Now, obviously, she's out there because she's a supportive wife who believes in her husband's America first. I'm with you. She has a book to sell. You know,
it started like any other night on The Daily Show. Jordan Klepper, armed with his signature snark and razor-sharp wit, took aim at one of his favorite targets, the Trump dynasty. What began as light-hearted ribbing quickly spiraled into headline chaos. The segment started innocently enough, with Klepper mocking the latest Mar-a-Lago drama and Trump's never-ending love affair with golf, but things escalated fast.
The Trump campaign has brought out a very special surrogate, Melania Trump, former First Lady, and the only Slovenian you can name off the top of your head.
But then, like a comedian with a sixth sense for viral gold, Jordan Klepper shifted to the real tea, the Trump marriage. With his signature smirk, he delivered the line of the night, Melania has been seen smiling in public more times than she's been seen holding Donald's hand, and that's saying something. The audience erupted in laughter, but the real explosion was yet to come. At first, it seemed like harmless fun, but the internet caught on fast, turning the moment into instant headline chaos.
Explain ad valorem to me like I was a child. This is Trump's own policy, and he's so bored by it. And you can tell because at one point, he gets so bored, he just starts peeking into a random folder on the desk. Like, what's in here, candy?
If you're enjoying this, please subscribe. Does Trump even know what he's doing? He stood there, flipping through a random folder like he had no clue. And this was the President of the United States? Let's be real, he was probably just looking for his phone after forgetting his passcode again. And you know his Face ID keeps failing thanks to the overuse of fake tan.
What have you learned from Trump supporters?
Oh, that's a big ask. What have I learned?
Yeah.
You don't necessarily go to Trump events to learn things. I've learned that Americans are more creative than we give them credit for. I learned that Americans need meaning in their lives. They need community. People feel like they can be a part of something. You put on a hat, you see other people wearing hats. They might have a similar point of view as yours. You feel like
Melania looking like she'd rather be anywhere else during public appearances is basically its own meme genre, and Klepper's punchline hit right on that cultural obsession. As the clip went viral, the internet began dissecting every moment of her recent outings, the side-eye glances, the icy body language, the death grip on her designer handbags, as if they might magically whisk her away from Mar-a-Lago at any moment.
You know, people say, oh, Trump's that's a cult, blah, 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 but I feel like cult is such a negative word. We are not a cult. We are a group of Americans that love our country and want it back.
Are there any old hits or things you hope he goes back to?
Oh gosh, I feel like whatever he spews out of his mouth, I just love it. I just love...
You know, it doesn't matter what he says.
Yeah,
we're gonna love it. We're gonna love being here. We're gonna love hearing what he has to say.
But this isn't a cult.
No, I don't think so.
Did Klepper really expose cracks in the Trump marriage, or was he just saying what the world had suspected for years? The brilliance of his roast was in its balance, biting humor mixed with an undeniable truth. It was funny, sure, but it also struck a nerve. His joke wasn't just about Melania's body language, it was a playful jab at the awkward, performative energy of the Trump brand as a whole. As the internet ran with it, it became clear Klepper had tapped into something much bigger than a single punchline. What began as a simple roast quickly spiraled into full-blown social media chaos. Headlines screamed about his savage joke, while comment sections became battlegrounds between Trump loyalists and late-night comedy fans. And somewhere in Mar-a-Lago, you can bet someone was furiously drafting an all-caps response. One thing's for sure, when Jordan Klepper takes aim, nobody's marriage is off limits, especially not the Trumps.
Donald Trump has been imposing a lot of tariffs since he took office, and if the nature and scope of these tariffs confuses you, don't worry, you're not.
From the infamous hand swats to Melania's signature stone-cold gaze, the Trump marriage has fueled more conspiracy theories than a late-night Reddit thread. The truth? No one really knows what's happening behind Mar-a-Lago's gold-plated doors. But that silence? It speaks volumes. Melania's mysterious persona makes the whole situation even juicier. She's not out here posting cute couple selfies or gushing about her man on Instagram. Instead, she's mastered the art of the disapproving side-eye, a move so powerful it could probably end wars. Every public appearance feels like a game of asterisk. Is she here by choice or by contract? Naturally, the internet has turned their marriage into a running joke. One minute, Melania is a hostage blinking out Morse code, the next, she's the queen of the "please let me out" starter pack. It's a full-blown virtual circus, and Klepper's joke just lit the popcorn machine on fire. But what keeps people hooked? How little Melania actually says.
Wow. Donald, you never heard of a Category 5 hurricane hitting land? It's weird, because I remember one happening while you were president. What did you say after that happened?
I'm not sure that I've ever even heard of a Category 5.
Yes. For all you people who think he's in mental decline, turns out he's been the same level of stupidity for years.
Melania's silence fuels the rumor mill like gasoline on a bonfire. The fewer words she speaks, the louder the internet gets. Is she staying for love, loyalty, or just to fulfill some ironclad prenup terms? Nobody knows, and that's exactly why the speculation never dies. So when Jordan Klepper took a playful jab at the Trump marriage, it was like tossing a steak into a lion's den. Social media exploded. Some called it savage, others said it was long overdue, but one thing was certain, nobody could stop talking about it. Hashtags like Free Melania started trending again. Twitter became a battleground of jokes, conspiracy theories, and heated debates. The funniest part? The whole world seems oddly invested in the Trump marriage, as if we're all secretly waiting for Melania to drop the ultimate tell-all memoir, How to Survive a Reality TV Presidency, the Melania Trump story. Until then, the memes and speculation will keep rolling. Behind closed doors, word on the street is that Melania did not take Klepper's roast lightly. And honestly, who could blame her? According to anonymous sources, her inner circle reported she was absolutely livid after the segment aired.
During the campaign, Donald Trump made some big promises about how quickly and easily he was going to end that war.
If I'm president, I will have that war settled in one day, 24 hours. I would tell Putin, gotta settle. I would tell Zelensky, you gotta settle. I would get a settlement in 24 hours, no longer than one day. I can get it ended as president-elect.
I will get it settled before I even become president.
Forget the usual calm, composed, vaguely bored Melania we're used to. Behind closed doors, she was reportedly throwing a full-on Slovenian shade fest. Publicly, though? Ice-cold silence. No statement, no passive-aggressive Instagram posts, not even an eye-roll emoji. Classic Melania. But if the internet has learned anything, it's that she doesn't need to clap back. Her entire brand is the coldest shoulder known to mankind. This is the same woman who swatted away Donald's hand on live TV without missing a step. If she wanted to, she could probably freeze Klepper in place with a single frosty glance. Ironically, Melania's silence only made the situation juicier. The lack of a response became the response. Twitter ran wild with theories. Was she plotting a PR comeback? Writing a tell-all memoir titled Be Best at Ignoring Your Husband? Or just chain-smoking in a gold-plated penthouse, muttering Slovenian curse words? Honestly, all options seem equally possible.
Visit to her husband's other true love, Fox News, where she revealed an interesting personal tidbit about her husband.
Would you have married Donald Trump if you had a crystal ball that said he would be president?
That's a interesting question.
By the way, does he ever sleep?
Yes. He doesn't sleep much. He does, of course.
Does he wear pajamas?
No.
No. What is he wearing?
What makes Melania's alleged tantrum even more epic is how unintentionally iconic it became. Every second she stayed silent, the internet filled in the blanks, and the memes were out of control. Photoshopped images of Melania in sunglasses with the caption "Unbothered Queen" started trending. Meanwhile, Klepper doubled down, joking on social media that he was now expecting a very politely worded cease and desist letter written in gold ink. Let's not forget, this is Melania's superpower. Whether she's throwing subtle shade or refusing to engage altogether, she has perfected the art of weaponized silence. It's the kind of pettiness that deserves a standing ovation. The internet might be begging for a reaction, but Melania is probably somewhere flipping through Vogue, fully aware that the best revenge is letting the headlines do the work for her. At this point, it's hard to tell if her lack of response is a strategic PR move or if she simply couldn't care less. Either way, the gossip fire is officially blazing, and without saying a word, Melania has somehow become the most talked about person in a feud she never even acknowledged.
February 6th, I asked Melania if we could at least tweet that while peaceful protest is the right of every American, there's no place for lawlessness or violence. She replied with one word: no.
A tantrum wrapped in a mystery inside a designer trench coat, that's Melania Trump for you. But the Klepper effect isn't just about punchlines, it's about making the powerful squirm in the most uncomfortable way possible. Jordan Klepper has carved out his own lane in political comedy, and if there's one thing he's mastered, it's exposing hypocrisy with nothing more than a smirk and a Mike Klepper's secret weapon. He doesn't just mock, he makes his targets answer for themselves, whether he's crashing Trump rallies or cornering politicians with polite yet savage precision. His style is like watching a chess match where the opponent doesn't realize they've been checkmated until it's too late. And when it comes to the Trump family, Klepper has been living rent-free in their heads for years, from exposing wild conspiracy theories to dismantling the fragile egos orbiting Trump's universe. He's practically a walking lie detector with a sense of humor. But what makes the Klepper effect truly stand out? He never punches down, he always aims up.
What is it like when you're moving back in the White House? What's different this time?
The difference is I know where I will be going. I know the rooms where we will be living. I know the process. The first time was challenging. We didn't have much of the information. The information was upheld for us from previous administration. But this time I have everything. I have the plans. I could move in.
Jordan Klepper's jokes might leave you in stitches, but there's always a sharper message behind the laughs. He wields comedy like a weapon, challenging power and exposing the absurdity of those who thrive on lies, bluster, and, well, spray tans. Is Klepper just doing his job? Absolutely. But there's no denying that his job has become something bigger, especially in a world where misinformation spreads faster than facts. He's not just here for the jokes, he's holding up a mirror to the madness, and when the powerful start squirming, that's when you know the truth is hitting exactly where it hurts. As the dust settled from Klepper's scorching roast, the internet did what it does best, picked sides and went absolutely wild. On one side, Team Melania, a passionate squad clutching their pearls, declaring Klepper had crossed the line. To them, Melania was simply a woman minding her business, striding stoically through chaos in designer heels. On the flip side, Team Klepper, coming and swinging, armed with memes, hot takes, and zero chill.
We actually have a copy here. Yeah, this is it. This is her book. I want to read you a quick passage just to give you a feel for it. This is real. Page 78 from right after he won the 2016 election. As Donald prepared to go down to his office on Wednesday morning, he and I had a private moment. Congratulations, I said.
For Team Klepper, this was comedy doing what it's meant to do, expose the ridiculous and make the powerful squirm. Others, however, were quick to point out that Melania isn't exactly the patron saint of privacy. What started as a late-night joke quickly snowballed into a bigger debate. Do public figures, especially women, deserve a layer of protection, or does marrying Donald Trump automatically make you fair game? By the end of the night, Free Melania was trending again, and both sides were digging in their heels like it was the Super Bowl of petty internet drama. Whether you were defending Melania's honor or laughing along with Klepper, one thing was undeniable: when billionaires, reality TV stars, and late-night comedians collide, the internet always wins. What happens next? Well, if there's one thing we've learned from the Trump universe, it's that nothing stays quiet for long. Will Melania brush this off with her signature icy stare and perfectly tailored silence? Stay tuned.
You know, people make a lot of jokes about this marriage, but when I look at their shared love of exploiting our political system to sell shit for personal profit, I just see two soulmates.
Melania has mastered the art of giving zero reactions, unless you count that iconic moment when she swatted Donald's hand away like a mosquito on a hot summer day. But what if this time is different? What if she's secretly plotting the most epic petty revenge we never saw coming? Picture this, a cryptic Instagram post of her flipping through The Art of War, sipping tea, with the caption *, he who laughs last. *, or better yet, Melania pulling a full-on Beyoncé, dropping a surprise tell-all memoir titled Free Melania, The Untold Story. Then there's Trump. You know he's pacing around Mar-a-Lago, furiously drafting the most unhinged truth social rant ever. Something like, Jordan Klepper, failing comedian, very bad ratings, always been jealous of Melania. Everyone loves Melania. Sad. The only reason we haven't seen it yet? He's still arguing with autocorrect. One thing is clear, this feud has all the makings of an unnecessary yet wildly entertaining reality show. Billionaire drama? Check. Late night roasts? Check. A former First Lady possibly plotting revenge like she's starring in a telenovela? Check, and double check. Somebody call Netflix, we need the Real Housewives of Mar-a-Lago, ASAP.